a marketing strategy can meet the business strategy that has been tossed in front of them based on, is the budget there? Is the product ready? Are we, diminishing, in customer count, whatever it might be, to really help understand, okay, we'll get there, but we think we need to fix these things first from an infrastructure standpoint within the business in order for marketing to succeed.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, the ultimate part of this is setting with a very clear objective, right? What do you want to achieve? And obviously, businesses, especially public businesses, those goals and objectives are generally tied to financial objectives, which of course that's completely understandable. But the question around it is what is our goal? What are we setting to achieve? And yes, obviously, what is the financial model which is accompanying that? And then what does that mean?
Right.
And because product, it can be a choice. Pricing can be a choice. Your marketing strategy are choices in coming to your goal. And
Right.
there's a number of different areas that you can set around that. So yeah, 100%. It needs to be focused in on what is clarity in objective and building that sort of clear framework about what are those component parts which are set to achieve that strategy. And then on a marketeer's level, understanding what that is and understanding the role marketing is going to play in support of that.
Right.
Generally it's a growth driver, right? If we're really breaking it down, Laurie, its real essence is it's a proven growth driver. Now, the mechanisms you use to achieve that will obviously be varied.
Yeah. We're working with an incredible brand right now and very, very smart marketer at the table. And there's a lot of price sensitivity in the industry, but this particular brand has decided that they're going to be high priced. So, they don't position it like that, nor do we talk about it that way. But nonetheless, they want to be the high price leader. The brand is not premium right now. And in order to be high priced, there really has to be premium components of that, not just quality, which they have nailed, but customer service and on-time delivery, all these sort of things that really ladder up to that. So the first 9 months of the engagement is really making sure that we're presenting ourselves as a premium brand with all these different components before we really start increasing pricing.
Yeah, I think it's a really important point you've pulled out there, Laurie. And people sometimes underestimate that the relationship between brand and pricing is intrinsic. And and actually there's a bit of a misconception as well that it's only brand building for premium and luxury. Of course, you're making a choice to price in a certain way if you're a luxury high value brand because you've identified the audience, you've identified generally your margin, you've worked out what it's going to take to make sure the brand is living up to that, the product's living up to it, the customer service is living up to it. And then that's a strategic choice you make. Equally, you may decide that you're going for a mainstream audience with the brand. And actually, that's a lower price point margin. So you're going more on a volume play rather than a value play. You still need to build your brand in a way that is also not alienating that mainstream audience. So brand is absolutely intrinsically linked to pricing and price strategy. And one of the things I always say is when it comes to brand and brand building, it's not limited to just marketing and comms. We should be seen as curators, really. That's really the role of a marketeer or a comms professional, is curating the brand. But a brand is customer service, it's the shop, it's the retail, it's the person. It's every interface into that organization is brand. And obviously we're in a little bit more control as marketing and comms because we can really tailor that message, but it has to be represented, it has to be consistent in everything. And pricing, does have a really very intrinsically linked effect to the decisions you make, the strategies you make when it comes to brand positioning.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What do you feel are the core components of a well-aligned, perhaps 3-year strategy?
So I would say, given where we are with the pace of technology and disruption going on at the moment, I think 3 years is a very it's an ambitious view to make sure you have to find everything that is going to happen in those 3 years, but a 3 year strategy is important. And again, coming back to what is needed, you need to have a clarity on objective, what you are looking to achieve within those 3 years. And yes, that may also include a financial model around that. So what are you looking to do from a revenue perspective? What are you looking to invest from a cost, from an OPEX or a COGS perspective? And what sort of margins are you looking to get? So those are sort of the foundational basics around it.